are a researcher stuck publishing in low impact journals and want to figure out how to break into high impact journals, or think it might be impossible for your research area, try these 3 things before you give up. Most researchers don't realize that high impact journals actually look at your article to see if they think it would be accessible to their target audience. If you are not writing to the very broad audience of a high impact journal, you are likely to get rejected right from the beginning, and it will feel impossible to get into high impact journals. How do you make your work accessible to the audience of these journals? Hi, I'm Casey. I'm a PhD research scientist who now teaches other researchers how to write great research papers and funded research grants. To get your paper into a high impact journal, number 1, I want you to start by setting up why your research area is important. In a lot of these high impact journals, you're going to be having an audience from all different research fields, and they might not understand why your niche research area is important. Before you try to show what problem your project tried to solve, start by showing what problem your research area tries to solve. Number 2, you want to make sure you include enough research gaps in your introduction. A lot of people know to include a research gap of what led to the development of this project. Why did you want to do this project? But just like we need to convince people why our research area exists, we also want to include a research gap there that shows what problem or gap still exists out there in society or in the world that justifies the existence of our research area. Once you define those 2 gaps, it's going to be much more accessible. Number 3, you need to write to the audience of your journal. You need to think about what the highest level college course that all of the readership of this journal should have in common. Then you need to define any terms, any experiments that would be not standard for somebody who took those classes. If you do this, you will make sure that the content in your paper is accessible to the audience of that journal, and your reviewer is going to take your paper much more seriously. If you would like step-by-step tips on exactly how to do this in your paper in real time, comment workshop below to figure out how you can join one of my paper writing workshops. Until then, happy writing.